everyone, my name is Missy David from honeybeemama.com, and I am a certified birth doula and childbirth educator. And my goal is to show you that you don't have to be afraid of childbirth and that you can have the birth experience that you truly desire. I do that by combating myths with facts, using simple and effective training techniques, and by getting you all the tools and resources that you need to make informed decisions about your birth experience. Today, I want to share with you 3 secrets to a successful birth. And really, this is what I typically call with my clients and students the 30-minute rule, or the 3 in 30 rule. So basically, there are 3 things that I want you to do every 30 minutes in labor. So that's the 3 in 30. The first thing that I want to make sure that you do is drink tons and tons of water. Ideally, I want you taking sips of water in between every single contraction. But in case you forget, and sometimes laboring mothers do, they get into their ritual and their routine and kind of what we call the birth zone, you might forget. So doulas and partners, listen up. You need to keep that water bottle or cup with a straw handy and be putting it in front of her face every 30 minutes at the least, but ideally in between every contraction. The next thing I want to make sure that you do every 30 minutes is change positions. For labor position ideas, go to my website at honeybeemama.com and you can type in the search bar labor positions, or you can click on the childbirth tab and that'll give you some ideas for different labor positions. And ideally, you want to alternate positions between upright positions, lying down and resting positions, and forward-facing positions. You want to make sure that you're using gravity and also changing positions so baby doesn't get stuck, but also changing positions helps keep mom more comfortable. The worst thing that you can do in labor is try to sit still. That will make the intensity of labor very painful and very uncomfortable. And if the mom can kind of get into her groove and move around, that helps her cope with her pain a little bit better. And it also helps shimmy baby down. If you think of trying to squeeze into a tight pair of jeans, if you just try to pull them straight up, it's a little bit harder. But the more you kind of move around and shimmy and jiggle down, you can pull those jeans right up. It's the same thing with a baby in labor. If you're still, it's hard for the baby to maneuver and change its position to get down and out through the birth canal. And the more that we move positions and help encourage baby to move, the smoother that things will go. The third thing that I want you to do is to make sure to use the restroom. Now, this is important for a couple of different reasons. First, if you look at a picture of anatomy, the bladder is located right underneath the uterus. So the uterus is putting pressure on the bladder as the contractions happen in labor and as the baby tries to move down. If that bladder is full, it is taking up the space that could be taken up by the baby moving down and into the birth canal. So if you empty the bladder, that makes room for the baby to come down. Also, we have a special little name for the toilet in the childbirth world, and that's called the dilation station. And it's called the dilation station for a reason. When you sit on the toilet, typically all of those muscles down there, you relax and let everything out. So thanks to a wonderful thing called muscle memory, every time you get on the toilet, your body knows to just let everything go. So every 30 minutes, make sure that you're getting up and going to the restroom, and feel free to stay on the toilet as long as you want to. A lot of moms actually find the toilet very comfortable. And if you don't want to sit on a toilet for all of that long, you can go to the restroom, but then get a labor or birthing stool to sit on, which is kind of like a toilet without the toilet bowl. It just has an open seat for you to sit on, and it relieves the pressure on your bottom and perineum and allows you to really open up and relax that pelvic floor and allow the baby to move down. Now that you know the 3 things to do every 30 minutes, which are drink water, change positions, and visit the restroom, I want you to know the 3 reasons why these are so important. First of all, drinking water, changing positions, and visiting the restroom are going to help keep you healthy. It's what your body needs during labor. It's going to help keep you hydrated and also relieved. As you move and change positions, your blood flow and flexibility are better. All of that keeps you healthy. Number 2, it's going to help keep you comfortable. Like I mentioned, staying still is the worst thing that you can do in labor because contractions are so much more painful, and it's just really hard to wrap your mind around what's going on without being able to move and flow with the movements of labor. It's also more comfortable because if your bladder's full, you're going to be tensing up, and nobody wants that in labor. The third thing that it's going to do is it's going to keep labor moving right along. If you're staying hydrated, your body is going to do more what it's supposed to do because you're fueling your body with the fluid that it needs, and all of your muscles are going to work better, and you need those muscles to work really efficiently while you're in labor. Changing positions often helps to progress labor and helps baby not to get stuck and helps labor not to stall out. To review, there's 3 secrets to a successful birth, and that's what I call the 3 in 30 rule. There's 3 things that I want you to do every 30 minutes in labor. Number 1, drink water. Number 2, change positions. Number 3, visit the restroom. There's 3 things that you're going to get out of this. Number 1, a healthy labor. Number 2, a comfortable labor. And number 3, a labor that's moving right along. If you have any questions or comments about this video, leave me a comment here on YouTube or on the blog at honeybeemama.com. I'd love for you to leave me a comment on my wall on Facebook at facebook.com/honeybeemama, or send me an email at tulsadoula.com. I would love to hear from you. Remember, this is your birth and your baby. Nobody gets to do anything to you that you don't give them permission to do. Just make sure that your choices are based on facts and not based on fear. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of love and honey from Honeybee Mama.